All right. All right, you guys. Hello and happy Wednesday. Welcome to a very special call. Very not Julie. Welcome to a very special call that we're going to be having today. I am so excited to be sharing this call with two of my favorite ladies. And, we're going to have a great conversation. So grab your tea. Look at this mug. It says, "You're the best." Let me see yours, Julie. Curious makes things happen. And then Naida's got that from a VIP qualification. So we're so excited. So first and foremost, you guys, if you're here for the very first time, welcome to our Boss Evolution calls. These calls are really designed to help us, expand our minds on what is possible, to have your own business, to be your own boss, and to have, more than anything, to live life on your terms. Okay. And these two ladies, along with myself, we're going to have an awesome conversation. But, normally we only have one and she takes over, but here we have three, double, triple the trouble. And they look so refreshed. So go ahead and unmute yourselves, ladies. You guys look como bien tranquilas, bien calmadas, very tan. How are you guys feeling? Where did you guys come from?
We were in the beach over the weekend.
Just came back from Cabo, you guys. I was out there for 4 days. Beautiful sun. Y aquí con un frío. I'm like so cold, drinking my warm tea.
What happened? I was enjoying the beach on Monday morning, like in my bikini with the warm water. And then I got out of the airport, like, what happened? I need a sweater.
I told Sergio, I want to go back to Mexico. I have a turtleneck, a sweater, but this is what's so beautiful, right? Yesterday, was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago, we were on the beach with the sun. We really went there. So if you guys can talk about, why were you guys there? Like, why were we all in Cabo San Lucas?
Do they want to go first?
We were all in Cabo, you guys, because we actually qualified for a team retreat. So not only by working on yourself, but helping others, we got fully expense paid vacation. And this year we had the honor of going to Cabo.
Right. You want to say something, Naida?
Well, just that it was a lot of hard work, and it feels so nice to be rewarded. I used to work for a company that during Christmas time, the only thing that they would give us was a dinner, and then for in November they used to give us a gift card, and it was for doing our job, right? And this was so amazing. When we were on vacation, I was thinking, that's so crazy, because everything that we did to qualify to be here, we were going to do it anyways. Like, it's something that nothing extraordinary that I had to do different, but the way you get recognized is by going on a vacation. That's like so cool. And then not to mention the all-inclusive, like when I was telling people that we didn't have to pay for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and all the drinks, like I would be upstairs and get hungry. And one day I went downstairs by myself and just grabbed a snack, and then ran into my friends that were there. I ran into Leah and Isaac, and then we hung out, and then went back upstairs. And then the second time for dinner, the ladies were out to a special VIP dinner, and I had dinner by myself, but I wasn't by myself. And I always wanted to travel alone. And it felt so good that I felt safe inside and that nothing was going to happen to me. And it just felt really nice to be away.
Yes, absolutely. So for those of you guys who are here, basically, like both of these ladies said, what's really great about our team, and a lot of teams do this, okay, is that we have a promotion every year. And this promotion is designed to help us. Sometimes you get motivated by money, because you need to pay your bills and things like that, right? But then sometimes you need a little more motivation, right? You need a little motivation. Like sometimes you're like, okay, I want to X, Y, Z. But for me, and I feel like a lot of people on the line, which we're going to get into the first question I have for these ladies, and that is that it's nothing like living experiences, So sometimes money's great, okay? But also having experiences and being able to live a life like with abundance, and to be surrounded with like-minded people that are also doing the same thing or more is so great, because as you're around other people, you exchange ideas, so we just got back from Cabo. That we had a 2-night, 3 days, 2-night full expense paid vacation for all the people that qualified, and it was really great because some people even got cash. We did special recognition, and Julie, congratulations. She not only took the 3 days, 2-night vacation. She got the swag bag. She got the $200 extra money. And then she also got a VIP dinner. She took top preferred member recognition, top distributor recognition. Okay, she's like the ultimate VIP. So how do you feel, Julie? Well, I have 2 questions for you, right? One, how do you feel? And 2, how did you accomplish all those things? Like, what did you have to do? What did you have to tell yourself? How did you do it? But first of all, how do you feel that you took everything? She's like the ultimate VIP.
All right, you guys. Well, first of all, I feel honored. I'm very excited. I really wasn't expecting all these, like recognitions. I know that I work hard, and a lot of times I think we can be a little bit hard on ourselves because like, I know what I'm capable of, and life is crazy out there. I'm sure it's not only for me, but it's for a lot of you. Like, we all go through stuff in life, but like having that mindset that I'm not going to let anything stop me, because being able to do this business by helping others, like I get to work on myself, right? Which is most important, because if I'm not okay, nothing's going to be okay. So I think it's just very important of having a strong mindset of knowing what you want and knowing that you come first so that you can provide for other people, and so you can motivate others. It's just a community. Like, I feel honored, and I had to work hard just, with my clients, my VIP members, to just follow up and provide a service that you're going to do anyways with people, so it just feels amazing.
So I keep hearing both of you ladies say you're going to do this anyway. So if you are taking notes, write this down, right? And that is consistency. Because although some people might be like, what do you mean you're going to do this anyway? Because I'm like thinking, yeah, pues es lo que hacemos, right? This is what we do. However, it's because both of you made a decision to build a business. So these are the things that, like, for example, right? The kids that go to school, I mean, like, there's homework, right? And this is what they need to do. But not everybody does their homework, and they don't have any other responsibilities, maybe clean their room and this and that, but not everybody does their homework. So these are the things that they're supposed to do anyway, but not everybody does, right? So first and foremost, congratulations to both of you guys. But I want to ask you, Julie, what was your life before? Because here you are, right? You're a mom of 3 boys. So what was your life like before? Give us a glimpse of what your life used to look like before being a mom boss, a mompreneur.
So you guys, my life before is a little bit like the way it is now, right? A present mom, involved, busy, taking care of others, just being there for people, which is exactly what I get to do right now, right? With the exception that my life now, right? I get to help provide for my family. Like, I get to help, my husband with like some bills, my car payment. So my life before was like being myself, what I am now, just, involved in the PTA, in the boys sports. So my life changed a bit, and that's just like helping my family with that extra income, but I'm still a present mom. So that hasn't changed, just being able to provide for my family.
So basically your life is like it was before, but now there's another thing involved, right? Well, we'll get to how you do that. Naida, I would love to hear you. So you're a mom, a single mom of 2, a boy and a girl. She's all boys. Naida has a boy and a girl. And what was your life like before? I know you said that you used to work at a job, but what was your life like before you became your own boss?
So my life before I became my own boss was just, I've always wanted something more. I knew I was capable a lot more, but I knew that the job that I was at, there was not going anywhere. And I wanted to be the present mom. I wanted to be the PTA mom, soccer mom, but because I had a full-time job, I felt like I couldn't. So when I would get out of work, I would be involved as much as possible. My kids were always in sports and I always volunteered, but it was very difficult. And we didn't really travel or do any of that. And I always wanted to travel the world. I've always said that since I can remember I was a little girl. So once I started my business, and now that I've gone full time, I was able to spend a lot more time with my kids and even have lunch with my daughter. My son's schedule is a little bit more different. So now I get to be home with her and she shares more with like things that she does during the day. So it has changed a lot in the sense that now I get to spend more time with them. But not only that, I get to create my own schedule and I don't have to ask anybody, can I take a day off or can I go on vacation? My first year that I was with Herbalife, I was still having I still had a full-time job. In the 13 years that I worked there, I had never asked for a whole week off during December and they didn't want to give it to me. Like, you kidding me? I worked here 13 years and I felt, now looking back, I had to ask if I could have my own time. My time, that's my time. And now I don't have to ask anybody how I could live my time. I choose to live my time however I want to, which I feel that is really powerful because a lot of people, and I for myself, used to take that for granted. And time is really valuable. And now I get to choose how I want to live my time in my life.
That's deep, girl. I've never heard it that way. Yes, right? Like, when you have, and I'm not telling anybody to quit their jobs, okay, disclaimer, but when you work for somebody else, they own your time, they own your freedom, they own your decisions, they kind of own you. Right now, of course, you can quit and all that kind of stuff, but the reality is, you were a single mom, you didn't have that luxury. So here you are, 13 years, right, asking them for 1 week. Naida says, yes, they do, girl. Yes, they do own you, huh? You have 1 week of, you're asking for 1 week after 13 years, and they don't want to give you your time, right? So let me ask you this, and I'll start with you, Naida, since we're already with you. And that is that, so here you are, you're a single mom having a job, and all this kind of stuff. What had you start to look for something? So let me tell you guys something really quick. I'm going to tell you how I met Naida because I want her to tell you why she decided to look into this business. Okay. So I met her at a boot camp. And so here's a tip for all of you guys. Okay. People, write this down. People show you who they are. You just got to pay attention. So I met Naida at a boot camp. And I remember it was like all these guys, right? And it was like her and myself and a couple other girls. And maybe not all these guys, like 3 guys or something. and like 3 guys, 4 guys, and whatever it was. And so I asked the men, hey, can you guys help me move these kettlebells? And the men were like, huh? And like, it seemed like 5 minutes later, right? They understood. And so Naida goes, and this girl who I had no idea who she was, walked over to the kettlebells, grabbed the kettlebells and moved them. In that moment, I'm like, who's that girl? Here's the deal, right? People that take action, some people, and this is a lesson, I'm not just talking about Naida. I want you to look at yourself and I want you to look at the people around you. Sometimes we, or people around us, think 20,000 times before taking action, which is okay. But sometimes you just got to take action, right? And so when she did that, I sat down, I started having a conversation with her. She told me certain things and I was like, and I presented the products to her. She was not interested. She didn't want to have a shake. And then finally, I was like, after I heard her story about how she got divorced and all these things, I heard how she thinks. And that's what attracted me to her. And I was like, okay, so I invited her to the business, which, so, so many of you guys are on here. Maybe you're on here because you're looking for something more. You're looking for a business. You're looking to make extra income, right? She was not even on the products when I invited her to look at the business. So my question to you, Naida, right? You can talk a little bit about Bree if you want, about where you were. What had you look into this opportunity? What had you say, okay, let me look?
Well, during the time, I had 2 jobs. And the reason I had the second job was because I was paying for a Washington, D.C. trip that my daughter was going to. So I was married previous to that, and we sent my son off, which it was easy, right? Because there's 2 incomes. When I became a single mom, I wanted to also send her. And I said, we're going to eat rice and beans. I got a second job. Every check that I would get, I would send it off to the trip so it could get paid off. So when Herbalife came into my life, I've always been into nutrition and try to stay healthy and active. So it was more like, no, I don't need that. I already know what to do. I don't need Herbalife to get healthy. But I was in a point of my life that I couldn't barely pay my bills, barely pay my rent. I was living on my own. A lot of people didn't know that I was financially hurting. And when I heard business opportunity, I heard opportunity. Like, you don't have to, I was already working 2 jobs. So my second job was in Marshall's. They closed down. They asked me to come back in March. They would hire me permanently, but they couldn't take me because I was seasonal. So I said, why don't you do it? And I never thought I could be a businesswoman, but then I said, me, business, like this could be it. This could help you. And I ended up finally deciding to do it. And that's what gave me the push to go for it. And not to mention that I wanted to be, I was in a job that I was very depressed. I wasn't going anywhere and I wanted to be with my kids. So I took a chance and I did it. It took me a while. I didn't want to do it at first because I was a little hesitant, especially because it had to do with Herbalife and I wanted nothing to do with Herbalife. But the second that I decided and made the switch and I got on the products, I had the best results ever. I was happy. I couldn't shut up about it because I felt so good. And a year, 4 months later, I ended up quitting my job with a lot of hard work and dedication because I'm not typical, but I just went, I knew the opportunity and I knew what the business was about. So I went for it.
Awesome. So here's some tips, right, that I'm hearing Naida say is number 1, like, don't prejudge. So many times we make a decision on something we've never even been exposed to. I told her to try the product. She's like, no. I'm like, have you ever tried them before? She's like, no. I'm like, well, make your own decision by you trying them. She was basing it on other people's opinions, right? So many times we do that. We close our eyes, we close our hands to opportunities because of what we think that it is. But it's almost like you don't know if you don't know if you're gonna like the movie unless you watch it. You cannot tell somebody else, what do you think? And they're going to tell you what they think. You got to make your own decision, right? And so I'm going to ask Julie the same question, what made her look? And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I met Julie. So I had the opportunity, Julie reached out to Naida, and then Naida invited her to come down to the boot camp. And same thing, right? She showed me who she was the moment I met her. The first day she came, she did the workout, and then we told her how it works. Then she came back with like 5 people, then 5 more people. I'm like, yes, ¿quién es? Who invited you? Julie. Who invited you? Julie. Who invited you? Julie. So Julie had Naida and I working for her for like, I don't even know, like a month. And I'm like, okay, so I finally sat down. I told Julie, I want to show you this business. And she's like, she didn't say no. Julie was more like, and I never forget, we were sitting in the corner of my desk. She was on one side, I was on the other side. And I was telling her, and I asked her, why would you do this? She's like, I don't have time. I'm in PTA. I'm a mom. She has all these things. And here's the thing I want you to know. You want something done, give it to a busy person. You want something done, give it to a busy person, because they are so busy, they're going to do it to get it off their plate to continue their life, right? So I asked her, she's like, well, I said, well, if you can make some extra income, how much money would you like to make? She said $200. And I said, okay, step number one, get licensed and registered. You have all these people that are ready to get on the products, so they can buy it from you or they can buy it from Naida. She's not dumb. She's like, okay, just give me some time. She immediately got signed up and here she is, right? So my question to you, Julie, is with all these things on your plate, so many people are like, I can't, I have all these things, right? What made you start this business?
So what made me start this business was, I didn't come here for a business. I came here because I needed the community, because as somebody that I said, you know, so busy with PTA, with sports, taking care of my husband's great grandma, I was giving so much of myself to others, you know, being at people's service, that I had nobody, you know, there for me. So I had nobody pouring onto me. It's the way I should say. So I really came on here for just the amazing positive community. Like that was like my happy hour of the day, because after I left there, I knew that I had to continue doing everything that I had, right? Same goes for you guys. Like you guys do what you got to do. So this was my happy time. And like I said, I liked helping others. I knew how this made me feel. My happy place, which was the boot camp. So I invited everybody to my happy place and it made everybody feel amazing. So a lot of my friends decided to get on the product. So little did I know that this happy place was going to be turning into my business, you know, started very little part-time around my crazy schedule. And now it's my full-time job around my crazy schedule. I did have to make some changes because I didn't want to overwhelm myself. I never had plans of starting my own business. I wanted to go back to school once my kids were older enough. Once all my kids were in school, my plans were to go back to school, but that took a change, you know, and it just feels amazing because I still get to help people, right? And those $200, my first month, you guys, just so you know, I made $700. Okay. So I was like, whoa, like, okay. And I only wanted $200 because I was like, if I can get my hair done, if I can get my nails done, because my nails always have to be done. I was like, that'll be good. You know, I don't have to be spending my husband's money. So that was the reason why I came into this business. It wasn't for the business. It was just for the community, because I needed that positive people around my life.
So let me ask you this. So here you are, not looking into the business, but you started doing the business. Naturally, everybody was asking you, right? You're inviting them to a happy place. So here's something you want to, I encourage all of you guys, because I'm like taking notes, right? But so here's what you want to do. If you're on here and you're looking to building a business, one of the things I'm going to invite you to start looking at is, how do you feel about the products? How do you feel about where you go? How do you feel about the environment that you're in? Because if you feel powerful, why wouldn't you want to invite other people? Like if you feel great on the products, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, you guys, for example, okay, everybody knows my favorite product is CR7 and Liftoff. So I tell everybody about CR7. I'm like, have you tried CR7? You got to try CR7. It makes you super happy. They're like, oh my God, I want that, right? If you're in an environment, if you have a boot camp, a nutritional club, wherever you have it, make sure the culture is something that is good, because then that is going to be a natural place for people to invite people to, right? So as you were inviting people there, Julie, so your life is really busy. My question to you is, how did you build your business if you were so busy? How did you do it?
So that was super easy, you guys, because I took the business everywhere I was. I still continue being PTA, right? So wherever I was like, look, I'm having like the leftover of my iced coffee this morning. I fill it up with ice, right? But everywhere I went, I had something with me. You know, if I went to PTA in the morning, I had my shake on me. I had my stuff because I was at school at PTA so long, I would make myself a tea, right? So I just took the products faithfully and they came with me everywhere I went. So people ask, like, what are you having? And all I did was share what I was having, you guys. It's like, this is what I'm having. This is how it makes me feel, you know? And just share what the products do for you, and then ask people. Like, people are gonna listen to you and they're gonna see how happy you are, right? Because we all know that the products make us feel amazing. So people see that and people want the same. So I was able to build the business from school, from the field, and from my husband's great grandma's house while I was taking care of her, right? I would make her coffee and her cookies every morning, whatever it is that she had, and I would have my warm tea, right? So I would just document and share. I would share it with people, and I would post on social media because you're already posting what you're having for breakfast or lunch, So I would just share what I was having, and people would just reach out.
So here's some things I'm going to ask all of you guys to take a note to, right? So if you decide to do this business, or maybe you're already doing this business, here's what you want to do. Take the business everywhere you go. I love that, right? So wherever you go, take it with you, right? And I'm going to invite you that if you're taking it, so I'm here at the club, right? But maybe not have it in something like this, but have it in something that's see-through so people can, I remember Julie used to always have this see-through cup that the company gave her, and that's where she took it. So that there was, oh, there's Julie with her tea. Oh, there's Julie with her shake. And so eventually people are going to be curious. If you carry it in something that's solid, they might not ask unless it has like a sticker or something, right? But carry it, take it with you everywhere you go. Maybe you can make your tea in front of, if you're at a PTA meeting, instead of everyone's bringing their coffee, you wait, right? And then pull out your tea, the little packages, pull out your lift off, put it in there. Lift offs are always great conversation starters. So in other words, make it happen, right? Make it happen. And then last but not least, share how you're feeling. Share what you're having. I love this. This is what she said. Share what you're having, what you're drinking, how it makes you feel, okay? And what it's done for you. Like, hey, I've lost 20 pounds. I feel so happy, whatever it is. That's all we do is just share what it is that we're doing. And as a result, we help people and we make money, and we earn vacations. So Naida, her situation was different. She had a full-time job when I met her. She started building her business. So you were able to quit your job with a lot of hard work and dedication. After a year and 4 months, in those, 16 months, how did you build your business? How did you do it when you had a full-time job and 2 kids?
Well, I have to say it was a lot of discipline, but it wasn't actually that difficult. What I did is I would just work during my break. So at 10 o'clock, we used to have our break. I used to go to my car and reach out to people. And during lunchtime, I used to also do the same thing. I had it down for lunch, you guys. Let me just tell you guys how much I wanted this business. Because when you really want something, you set your mind to it. So this is what I used to do. About 5 minutes before 12 o'clock, I used to get my lunch. I used to walk to the lunchroom, put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, go to the restroom, come back. By the time I would come back, it would be barely beeping. I would get it and come back to my desk. So I had about 2 minutes plus the walk in between. And then by the time I would get back to my desk, it was 12 o'clock. I would clock out, go to my car, eat for 5 minutes. And the rest of the 25 minutes I would spend working on my business, following up with my clients, reaching out to people, inviting new people. The reason I'm bringing this up is because it was structured. I could have spent, 5 minutes warming up the food, another 10 minutes eating. And then by the time you think about it, it's only like 15 minutes, but I needed the most time possible. So time is very valuable, you guys. So those 30 minutes were gold to me, because in those 30 minutes, I used to get so much done. Then my second 10-minute break, I would do the same thing. So I gave up my breaks to work on my business, but the return that it gave me was my time, because I was now able to choose when to go to work, when to open, when to close. I don't no longer have to ask for anybody if I can go on vacation. And for me lately, more than ever, time is really valuable, because how many times, people passing away, especially like with COVID, and you don't get to spend that valuable time with people that you love. So that's how I did it. I would come home, eat, and then I would go to the nutrition club, or back then it was a boot camp. And I used to run classes. So that's how I did it, spending my time wisely with structure and intention.
Okay, so here's the deal. First thing I want you guys to write down, and that is this. When you really want something, you will figure it out, right? So you got to ask yourself, right? Here we are, February 23rd, 2022. We're almost into the third month of 2022. So my question to you is, number one, what is it that you want? What do you want to attract this year, right? And if you really want it, like Naida said, and same thing with Julie, right? You'll figure it out. So many times people think, right, that you have to have all your time. Stop. When the kids go to school, then I will. When the kids grow up, then I will. Well, guess what? Life never just stops, right? Life will continue, and you got to figure out if something matters to you. You got to figure out how to do it. I like to say in the cracks of your day, right? And so the other thing I want you to write down is, and that is that, make every minute count. Right? I mean, like, this is like, she had it figured out. Like, I'm going to put this thing, I'm going to go to the bathroom, I'm going to come back, by then it's 12 o'clock. And then she made every minute count. Right? And then the other question I want to ask you, I want you guys all to ask yourselves, that she said she was willing to give up her breaks to own her time again. So here we are, right? What are you willing to give up? We all have to, like, if, for example, if you want to give up using insulin, okay, we don't claim to cure anything, but you got to give up the sweets, the chocolate, the candy. You cannot think like, okay, I want to control my diabetes, but I'm going to continue eating all these things. If you want to own more money, if you want to have more time, there's something you got to give up. Maybe you got to give up watching Netflix to invest it into your future. You always, everything in life, you guys, is an exchange. Everything. If you're just receiving, if you're just taking, the universe is not going to support that. But when you're giving and taking, life can become abundant. So speaking of abundance, okay, this is my last question for both of you ladies. And that is, I have two questions, okay? The first one is, what is your life like now? Right? What has changed since you've been part of this community, since you've been part of this business? And what's one tip that you can give the people that are watching this, that they want to also own their life, they want to live life on their own terms? What advice would you give them?
Well, just to touch back on what you were saying about people waiting for, like, when the kids get older, or when I have time, or when this or that. I remember walking down the hallway at my job, and I would always tell myself, and I don't know why it was that little hallway. I would always say, my life is on hold till my kids are 18. My life is on hold till my kids are 18. I literally used to feel that my life was on hold until they were 18, that I couldn't do anything. I couldn't work on myself. I couldn't do anything for me. It was all about them. But then it became a situation where my life switched, where I couldn't decide. It was decided for me. I became a single mom. And then now what? And I bring this up to you guys, and I would like to touch on this, because now, having my kids growing up, I tell both my son and daughter, I tell my son, when you get with somebody, you want to find a woman that is doing something for herself. If she wants to be a stay-at-home mom and you can afford it, awesome. But say something happens to you and you're no longer here. Like, what is she going to do for herself? How is she going to take care of your kids? And I tell my daughter the same thing. You want to find yourself a man that is doing something for himself. If something happens to him, you can be on your 2 feet and help your kids. So I used to say, my life is on hold till my kids are 18. When I became a single mom, he's still alive, but no longer in our picture. I had to figure it out. And if I did something for myself then, I wouldn't have to go through the situation that I was going through. So I say, bring that up to all the married ladies. Julie's married, happily married, and she's doing something for herself, but also helping the family. And it's something that she loves around the kids, and she still gets to be a present mom. So back to your question. What was your question, Karla?
How is your life different today? And what's advice? That's the great advice. So how is your life different today?
So how is my life different today? First and foremost, the most important one that I feel is time. I get to choose my time. We were driving and my daughter tells me one day, so does that mean that when you want to do something, you don't have to ask anybody? That's right. I don't have to ask anybody. Um, and how my life is different. I never traveled. I always wanted to see different places and adventures. And I now with this company, we're working, but we're working in Kabul. Like Mimi and I were taking pictures in the sunrise at the beach in a bikini, getting wet, having fun, but we're working. And that's one of the things that I tend to forget. Like, oh yeah, this is my job. My boyfriend tells me all the time, like, why are you working? No, I'm just posting on Facebook, on Instagram. That's working. Oh yeah, huh? Did you work this morning? No, I just ran the workout. That's working. Oh yeah, huh? I always forget because it doesn't feel like work when you're having fun and helping others. But the best thing that I have to say is the person that I have become. If you were to meet me 5 years ago, I'm a completely different person, and I'm still continuing to working on myself. I'm not perfect. There's a lot of changes that I know that I need to do. But the great thing that is with this business and all the personal development, it helps you continuously to reflect on yourself. How else can I improve? How else can I get better? And it's the relationships and the people that have come to your life. Like so many things that I do, I just feel that it's part of the business. But then I get so many thank yous. And it feels amazing when you help somebody genuinely because you want them to be healthy and achieve their goals. And one tip that I have for anybody listening that either is doing the business or wanting to do the business, just go for it, you guys. You just never know how much this business is gonna change your life or anything that you want. I was on vacation this week and I was going up the stairs and I'm thinking, not only do I get my own time, but have contributing to the girls that qualified. I never thought myself being able to do that. So having just a goal, giving yourself small baby steps that you're going to get there, never giving up. Sometimes I feel like giving up and then I remember that it's not in me. It's not in me. So I just keep going. I don't always feel like doing what I have to do, but I do it anyways. You don't always feel like getting up in the morning, but you have to wake up. So even when you don't feel it, do it anyways, and you'll feel so much better afterwards. So that's my tip. When you don't feel like doing it, do it anyways.
Awesome. So for those of you guys who maybe are new to this, so one of the reasons why Naida said that she gets these messages from people, because something told me, maybe you guys like, what do you mean? Because part of our job, right? We have a business, a wellness business, is that we help people get physical results. People start to lose weight, have more energy. People start to then share their results with others to make more money. And then so sometimes we get these amazing messages from the people that we're helping saying, thank you so much. I feel so much better. Thank you. My jeans fit. Thank you. I was able to, earn an extra $200 and take my family out for the weekend. Those messages are, of course we get paid for this, but those thank yous are they are worth so much more than the money that we make. So thank you for that, Naida. So Julie, how is your life today? And what's a tip that you can give everybody?
So my life today, you guys, is amazing. I continue to be a present mom while helping my family with that extra income that I never thought I'd be making, right? Unless I had a degree. So I'm able to make that income as if I had a degree doing this amazing business while still being involved in everything that my kids have going on. I currently have a nutrition club / boot camp where me and my team, we work about 2.5 hours in the morning and an hour and a half in the evening. All right. That's the time that we put in. And then anything else, I just get to do it around my family. So my life now is just being able to provide, having my own business. I was able to help my husband change his career, right? Because before he used to work so long to provide for us, and he wasn't 100% happy at his job, right? But the money was amazing, and he had to provide for the family. And now our life now is that I get to contribute, and he was able to change that career where he enjoys where he's at and he works less hard. So not only do we work together now like this, but he gets to be that present dad, you know, that he wasn't before. So that is the most important thing I can say, that he's in our life a lot longer now. And one tip that I can give you guys is that, you guys, we only live once, and don't wait. Whatever it is that you want to do in life, right? Don't wait. Just get to work now. Whatever that is, you guys, plugging into this community, starting your own business part-time. We're not saying if you're interested, jump like full on board full-time, you know, but make sure you stay connected and get back to the person that invited you and ask them if they can guide you through this. Like, how does it work? You know, but even by starting part-time and surrounding yourself around people like us, you know, that want more in life and that want to help people, like that's going to get you on the direction that you need to go. So don't wait, don't hesitate, because you have nothing to lose. Starting your own business here is not investing thousands of dollars, you guys. You know, you are not. The only thing you have to lose is a couple of pounds, maybe. If you lose anything, that's the only thing you're going to lose, but you're going to gain energy. You're going to gain an amazing community, and you're going to earn extra money around your own time.
I love that. Yes. And so you guys, just to complete this call, I'll tell you just really briefly my quick story. I got involved with this opportunity after seeing my parents build this business, right? So I share this with you because imagine the fact that these ladies are building their business, what they're teaching their children. So this goes so much more beyond. This business is so beautiful because it goes so much more beyond you. Okay. So I saw my parents build this business, and they went, this is not typical, but possible, with a lot of hard work and dedication. When I graduated from college, they were making over $14,000 a month. A lot more than that. Okay. And I was like, what, with this Herbalife thing? I never thought I would do this business. I went to college and I graduated from USC, but I saw how they had the money and they had the time, and they were traveling. They were happy. They were healthy. They were looking good. I'm like, wait a minute, we're going to get paid to look good, feel good, travel, help other people. We get paid for all of this. And I said, sign me up. My very first month, I went to a training just like the one we're going to have this weekend. So here's the deal. Okay. If you're interested, my number one advice to you is be open to receiving information. So many times we make a decision without even knowing, right? Like you don't even know. Like I said, if you like the movie, you don't even want to go see it. How are you going to know, right? So I went to a training and I was like, okay. I took lots of notes. I implemented them. My very first month, I made an extra $1,000. And from there, it just went up. A lot of hard work and dedication. A year, 6 months later, I was making over $2,000 in my check. A year in this business with a lot of hard work and dedication, I was making $5,493.28. That check then jumped up to $8,000 with a lot of hard work. Okay. And it was just been crazy, because the beautiful thing about this is, yes, the money is great. Okay. But the most beautiful thing about this is the fact that we get to be surrounded with people that are like-minded, that are positive, that want us to win. You get to be around people that say, hey, when you're down, we pick you up. Okay. Because life is like this. Okay. And what's, I think, even better is that we get to earn money by looking and feeling our best. More than ever, our health is so important, right? And so this is a business that we get to help others feel their best. And as a result, we feel our best. And as a result, we make money. So if you're interested in what it is that we've got to offer, my biggest invitation is this: get together with the person that invited you and say, okay, show me how this works, right? And you just need a couple of things. Number one, you've got to be willing to take the coaching. You got to be willing to learn. We're going to show you how to get the result with the products. You got to be willing, okay? And number two, you got to be willing to take action, right? We can give you the products, but if you don't taste them, you don't know how amazing they are. We can give you the tools, but you're not putting them into action. You're not going to see results. But if you're willing to learn, take the coaching and put it into action, okay? I can almost guarantee you that you're gonna see some type of result, okay? Of course, I cannot guarantee that because that's up to you, but I think you guys get what I'm saying, right? So with that said, you guys, next week, we're gonna have a very special lady. We're gonna go back to, we're gonna have, I hope you guys type on the comments if you liked the panel. Okay, Gloria says, good job, ladies. Thank you, Gloria. Type on the comments if you like having this panel. Share with us what's one thing you learned from today, and one thing you're going to put into action. But next week, we're going to have Leah Orozco. She is an amazing mother of 2 kids who built her business part-time all the way up to global expansion team. Now she does it with her husband, and they just opened a nutritional club in Calexico. And, you know, she's just has such a powerful story. She built her business all online, and now she's doing it online and with the nutritional club. So you're going to hear from her next week. So make sure you invite everybody to the call. And with that said, you guys, make sure you comment, make sure you share this call, because you never know who might need it. All right. So both of you ladies say good night. Say goodbye.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Let me see. How do I complete this call? There we go. Okay. Bye-bye.